You still have the energy for tomorrow when we have practice? I hope so. I know, let's enjoy today. So, ours is an interesting story where almost, I want to say between 15 to 20 years ago, they brought their older child to her very first dance class. And then within a couple of years moved back to India, or even less than that, to be with their parents. And here we are several years later at the graduation of their younger daughter. I feel so fortunate that we reconnected and I had the privilege of teaching her. As parents, they have always kept it simple and made sure that their children had the right human values to live by. I appreciate the immense trust they have afforded me as we worked our way to this day and thank them for all their support and encouragement as we worked toward her Arangetram. Friends, I present to you the parents of our graduate, Suba and Rama, Balasubramanian. Wait a minute, and let there be light. Let's give them another round of applause. At this time, I would like to invite Rama's mother here up on stage. It would be wonderful if someone could accompany her. It would be awesome. Hangama. From her very first dance class, it was very clear that she thoroughly enjoyed this art form. And even at the age of about 5, she would need to whisper her comments to me in class. She never spoke loudly. Fast forward, she is still soft-spoken, but extremely perceptive and doesn't miss a thing. I am sure that this quality of hers, combined with her intellect, kindness and compassion, will make her a wonderful physician in the coming years. I wish her all the very best and thank her for being there for her younger sister as she trained intensively to make today. Friends, I present to you the lovely older sister of our graduate, Shruti Ramaswamy. She started her classes with me on a quiet note, get this, on a very quiet note. And once she made friends in class, there was no looking back. All the noise came back on. That's when I learned that she was the world's greatest social connector. Being extremely talented, she was quick to learn and adapt to her new dance steps, and she worked hard to perfect all the dances in her repertoire. Her love for this art form certainly helped her as we worked our way to this day. I thank her for trusting me with her repertoire and have thoroughly enjoyed watching her learning grow as a classical dancer. Watching her perform our fusion numbers, I realized how versatile she is in being able to adapt to other genres of dance too. I wish her all the very best as she transitions to college, and I'm sure that she will continue to find a way to keep up with her dancing. Friends, I present to you our very talented, versatile and hard-working graduate and my student, Pranaya Ramaswamy. I shall now hand the program over to Pranaya, who would like to say a few words before she goes into change for the last part of her program.
Radhika auntie for giving me this amazing opportunity today. Radhika auntie has always believed in me no matter what. Even on my toughest training days when I thought I couldn't even dance at all, she's always been there to encourage me and make sure that I always leave class feeling my confident self again. So thank you so much, auntie. You've helped me grow into the person I am today, and you will forever be one of my biggest supporters no matter what. Next, I'd like to thank my ultimate cheerleaders, my mom and dad. Amma, you spent countless hours in Radhika auntie's basement coming to every class to be there and encourage me. The amount of times you had to stay up late at night to make phone calls to India and the amount of people you had to coordinate to make this event happen today is absolutely crazy, but you never complained once. So thank you, Amma. Thanks for being the best mom in the whole entire world. I love you infinitely. Appa, you always made sure to be there to make me laugh when I was worried about my Arangetram. You even made to-do lists every single day, which I know you hate doing, to make sure that everything from my Arangetram was going to be perfectly ready. Thank you so much, Appa. I love you more than I could ever put into words. Now, I'd like to thank my twin, my other half, and my forever soulmate, my big sister, Shruti. Even though she's a tough critic when it comes to Bharatanatyam, she really has helped me become a better dancer over these past several months. She's one of my strongest pillars of support, and I will forever and ever look up to my big sis. Thank you, Akka, for being the best sister I could have ever asked for. I love you so, so, so much. I would also like to thank the 2026 Nrityam girls and their amazing, amazing mothers for being the 13 most encouraging girls and moms I have ever met in my life, and for being there for me every step of the way. Y'all are truly amazing, so big round of applause for them. Okay. Special shout out to my best friends that dance blessed me with, Vaishnavi and Shraddha. That's them over there cheering for themselves. Vaishnavi and Shrad are two of my biggest sources of encouragement, and that I put easily into words, but I can never put into words how much they mean to me in this world. They've been there with me these past several months, and they truly, truly, truly mean everything to me. I got to go through my entire Arangetram journey with Vaish, from my first training session to my Salanga Puja to my rehearsal, and she had her Arangetram today and I had my Arangetram today, so weekend twins as well. I mean, she had her Arangetram yesterday and I had my Arangetram today, so weekend twins as well, and going through this entire journey with her means so much to me. I love them both as much as I love anyone in this world. That's them again. Huge thank you to all the backstage moms and dads for being the reason my Arangetram was a big success today. They truly deserve the biggest round of applause. Okay, so enough about others, now let's talk about me. I started dancing when I was 5, so Bharatanatyam has been a part of my life as long as I can remember. I don't remember life without dance, I don't remember life without Bharatanatyam. Doing my Arangetram is almost like a dream ever since I saw my big sister on stage doing hers. Training these past 6 months has been so challenging. More sweat, blood, and tears than I have ever experienced in my life, but it's truly made me a stronger person, both mentally and physically, and I genuinely feel like I can climb Mount Everest now. So I'm very grateful for this experience. And finally, thank you everyone who's here today. If you came from 10 minutes away or if you came from a different state or country for me, thank you so much for taking time out of your Sunday evening to come here and support me. It truly means the world to me. So yeah, thank you everyone. Bye, I have to go change.
for your presence, and thank you Radhika for making it happen today. We were all worried and everything went very well. Thanks a lot for everything you did. And I'm so happy and proud of you, my daughter Pranaya. And usually I don't talk much, so for talking part I'm calling my husband Rama.
There's always someone, right? So, yeah, she knows how to use people, all right? Good evening, all. Thank you very much for coming. As Radhika said, and spending the evening here. We're very thankful to you. I know you've come all the way across the coast, from California all the way East Coast, New Jersey, DC, Georgia, and across the Carolina. So thank you very much again for coming here and kind of, gracing this function. Radhika, big thanks to you. As Suba said, I know you know what we went through. Right? There are a couple of bugs in the last couple of weeks where Pranaya was fighting, and then thank you very much for getting it here and making it happen. We owe you a lot, so thank you again. I am the one standing on the way to a dinner, but let me keep my speech within maybe 20-25 minutes. So he said 45 minutes. No, just kidding. I'll keep it within a few, just, Pranaya gets some time to kind of refresh. Just a few minutes. We moved to Charlotte probably a couple of decades back. This city has given us everything, literally everything. So, so we all love this, and then thanks to Almighty, Pranaya was born. So it's a God's gift, in the true sense. So Pranaya is our girl. If you hear it as dad's girl, it's not my problem, it's the acoustics, okay? Don't blame me. So she started as, I know I want to talk about it, but Shruti spent in because we didn't cross-check our speeches. We keep it very secret within the home, When Shruti started dance class, we'll take Pranaya and then, I don't know if you know Radhika's place, there'll be a dance floor and then Pranaya will be in a car seat, perpendicular on the floor watching dance, All she learned was taka, takita, taka, dimi, and then, the derivatives. So, that's when she started before she learning the words, and then, she kind of liked it. In fact, it's Suba's practice too, She'll pack Shruti, me, and Pranaya 90 minutes, right, or 2 hours, complete, stay away from trouble, it's her time. So, so it's my routine, and then, Radhika used to say that's when she kind of adapted, but, she liked it. And then, as Shruti said, we had to move back to India, and then, when Pranaya, is kind of a wonderful, interesting character. She keeps us all entertained, as Radhika says, Interestingly, when she got into preschool, mom will dress up her well. They have a uniform, she'll go in a white dress. I don't know what she does. When she comes back, you can see mom bleeding, Suba literally bleeding. There'll be white spots somewhere. The rest of the dress will be in all possible colors. We don't know what she does. There are a couple of naughty people, and she'll kind of maybe a gang leader or so. So we thought she's going to be bullied and went to spoke to her teacher. Teacher said, don't worry, I'm able to run my class because of Pranaya. Because those guys are very naughty. When Pranaya says, they listen. So Pranaya attends to the class and makes sure they decide, so my job is easy. So this continued with the kindergarten, and then once she came to primary, I think those guys became super naughty. Pranaya couldn't caught up, so she kind of moved into routines. And that's when she kind of started shadowing Shruti. No one calls her Pranaya, Shruti's sister. Because the way Radhika explained Shruti, she's kind of very calm, composed, a typical academic girl and whatever you call it, right? So Pranaya was upset. Why are they calling me Shruti's sister? So she formed a gang younger than her, so that she can kind of start doing things. So she had to fight her own way. Being a younger sister, as Shruti said, is different, but she had to find her own way. But she kind of found a way along, and that's when she started showing an interest in dance. So she got into a dance school there, which Varalakshmi, as Radhika mentioned. So, they both had training, and Shruti had an Arangetram, so things went on. So, at some point of time, we decided to move back here for whatever reason, good reason. We got into Cox Mill. The first orientation, we remember, the high school orientation, she was talking to a dance teacher. And I think we have the dance teacher here. Thank you very much for coming. She was part of the dance curriculum pretty much in every course in an academic year. So kind of, that's kind of put her back in track, and then when we reached out to Radhika was able to accept it. It's not an easy thing, right? Starting with some other teacher and then kind of, transforming her. So it kind of, she got back into the dance school here, and then here we are. So thank you again, Radhika, for it was a long journey, but the transformation and making her happen. So again, this Arangetram was possible by a lot of things. There's always a super mom, right? Made it happen. I'm just doing the talking, and kind of enjoy the dance as an audience as good as you. And in fact, I enjoyed the snack. I don't know if you knew that, but so that's the only thing. It's all by mom. I'm talking about Suba, not my mom, so please don't. Suba's mom, right? So she does all the good things, and then people who knows me, you know who I am, right? So not a spoiler, but kind of pretty close to troublemaker. But moving on, there are other called super moms. Radhika could be called the backstage moms on stage, please, because the amount of effort they do and prepare the dancer of everything, they deserve a huge round of applause. May with a request, call them on stage after the program. Okay, see, here I'm breaking another protocol. Thank you, Radhika, for standing there. But they do a wonderful job. They kind of the way they help from bigger things, getting a costume done, to make sure she's hydrated, and then I was seeing holding them a fan in one of the practice. I can't wait for more than 2 minutes. I'll complain or try to automate or find some ways. But they literally do the bigger things to making sure they're literally there back for the next item, all within 19 seconds. If you watch Formula 1 or any of those things, the pit stop, right? It's much, much faster than this and much effective, So, and thanks to all moms for making this happen. And then, the grad mom, the Arangetram moms, I know you've been talking a lot, stressful nights. The WhatsApp chats are busy in midnights and early mornings than, the daytimes. So, so a lot of planning and activities and, the dads and all the volunteers, Rajesh, and Shamchita for, kind of, Rajesh was working literally 24 hours to make this presentation. And, the Krishna one was an outcome, but, a lot of things, and Shamchita is kind of, making sure the colors are right, it matches the dress color and all those things. When you ask some questions, I had to go back and ask, make sure I use the right color and don't kind of pass in the wrong information. But there's so much meticulous planning happening into the audio, video, and all those stuff. Thank you all, and all the volunteers who have been helping here. I don't want to miss anyone by naming here, but thank you very much. Radhika, am I good? Did I keep up my time? I don't know. You should ready. If not, I can open up another story. But if not, again, I'll wrap up by saying thank you all for coming and for gracing this evening.